on the previous episode of Talk That Talk.
I think it's a different thing. You know, I think about the honeybees. I think about anything that kind of goes
let's not talk
from
honeybees, man. Because
I'm just saying something that's different than the norm.
I get it. No,
we boasted when it's mediocre. Yes.
You brought up the honeybees. I got to put this on. I got to talk about this. Me, real quick, before you keep going. I am getting sick and tired of people trying to act like heavyset people can't do normal people shit. Like, I have a problem with that. Like, okay, so they got some extra meat on their bones, but if people can do a split, extra meat don't stop you from doing the split. Now, I also believe that they are put out there to exploit heavyset people. I don't really think it's they trying to act like they can dance, because if that's the case, then let them make the actual line. I think it's exploitation. But anyway, sorry about that, Seaver. Go ahead.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's about, I think that it's more so, and I'm using the word we because I don't feel this way personally, but I think as a culture, yes, if it's different or goes against the grain for that particular time frame before it becomes normal, it can definitely be mediocre and it will receive a lot of praise just because it's different. I don't think it's cultural. I don't think it's race driven for sure. Like I said, the honeybees are a great example of that. But just you doing something that is a little different and goes against the grain, sometimes it doesn't have to be all that good in order for you to sell it.
Okay.
But I don't think that applies to Justin. I thought the boy was a dope drum major. As far as looks, I don't know how he ran the band, but the way he looked, the boy had style.
Thank you. That's all I was saying last week. But Mario and Rick was like, I don't know, dog. All right. Anyway, Quan, do we boast different cultures for average work?
This people ain't gonna like this, but we boast any person or any other ethnicity outside of our culture that comes in, period. It doesn't have to be good or bad. It's just period. One, because throughout history, honestly, Black people, we're always welcoming because we know how it feels to be shunned. So we're always welcoming. So we don't want people to feel like us, so we welcome it. Now, when it comes to Justin in particular, Justin's a dope drum major, hands down. So we don't have to argue with that. I think, and honestly, when you see the interviews with Justin, he's very humble, and he really don't even want the attention. He's just trying to be a dope drum major, / trumpet player, whatever the case may be. That's about it. I think we boast him because so many times as Black folks, we're so arrogant, we feel like, hey, can't nobody else do it. And so then when we see him, we be like, oh man, look at that white boy do that. Like look at, come on, get it, Justin. That's our kind of aura or our vibe when it comes to that. But I mean, honestly, we welcome everybody. And then honestly, sometimes then we get mad when they take it. So it's kind of like it's a double-edged sword. We're welcoming to everybody, kind of like, they take things and they take the credit for it. Then we welcome them in, and then we don't protect it in ourselves. So I mean, we shoot ourselves in our own foot. Then we welcome those other cultures to shoot us in the foot, and then we don't protect it nor copyright it, to begin with. And that's a whole different story about copywriting and music and different things like that. I mean, from cadences and warm-ups and everything like that. I mean, I think we do it to ourselves.
All right. Maya, do we boast different cultures for average work?
I agree. I mean, I agree. Like, I'm not even sure what I can add to that, to be honest. Is my answer yes. Aside from what you all have already said, I don't really know what I can add, because I mean, to me, like, you just laid it all out there. Now, if I think of something, I'll let you know. But right now, I'm not even sure what I can add.
I put like this. I'm gonna add to it. So we're talking about Justin. So a lot of us on this call are Greek, right? How many times? Like, I think it was a video, and this to you, Rick. Y'all had a frat brother that was Caucasian that was hopping. That's 1 million views. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so then the question comes, Are you excited because it's the white dude doing it, or was it good?
Yeah, because as hey bro, and you know, as an alpha, whenever we see a white bro out there training hard, and you know, it's like, yeah.
Or is it because they're the minority in that sector?
Yes, I think it's that. Because, but I also think if we're just gonna, I'm talking surely aesthetic, right? For me, it's a little bit different, right? Because as you stated, okay, sure, you could be out there doing this, that, and the third. I'm still gonna look at you, whether you black, white, whatever the case may be. If it ain't good, then that shit ain't good. I just, that's just how I feel. But yes, do we boast them? I don't know if it's boasting or more so giving a pass, or if those are synonymous. Because it's like, oh, look at them. Like we were saying, look at them monkey on the thing, whatever. They're doing something they're not supposed to be doing, and they're doing it in keeping up, or whatever the case may be. Is it average? Yes. Is it entertainment? I think it's entertainment. Maybe that's what it is. It's like, oh, okay, well, now we got somebody else who's out here by themselves, whatever the case may be. Yes, we do welcome them, like Quan said, but also it's like, look at the shoes on the other foot. We got somebody out here that's not where they're supposed to be. You know, they're the minority, and they're, you know, meshing, or, you know, whatever the case.
Prime example, Southern. How many years Southern, real talk, get the 2 or 3 big, you know, white boys and put them up there? Is that the same thing?
Exploitation.
Absolutely, that's exploitation, and they want that good of dancers, but they got houses.
You feel me?
Okay, Rick, do we boast different cultures for average work? I feel like you've been kind of he is unloosing this belt now. Because all right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So as a music historian, as a studier of American history, this is a cycle of vicious misconception as people, American people, that is being perpetuated in my opinion, in HBCU band. We are making sometimes rude impersonations of one another. I want to use just the examples that you all have already given. When the honeybees go out there, there's a number of people sitting in the audience was like, wow, those women can dance. But majority of the people in the audience are laughing at them, not with them. To me, that's not a healthy thing. And we need to look at the band we're talking about. Alabama State. They're known for doing that type of stuff. Exploitation of large women. That young brother, Justin, he's talented. I can't take that away from him. I've never heard him play trumpet. So I can't say that's the reason why they wanted him so badly. But I guarantee you, him being a white dude that's a good drum major was part of it. So they can throw him out there in the front and just show him off to everybody. My issue is what Quan just said. It's kind of hard to say this, but in 2022, in March of 2022, I would have been an Omega for 20 years. When I came into Omega, I was 19 years old. I was over there lying to Sebring and them, telling them I wasn't pledged. But the whole time I was in that process as an undergraduate, 19 years old, I was being taught by my brothers that the traditions of what it meant to be an Omega. Growing out of the struggle of being 3 undergraduates at a university that did not want them. Because y'all's mess was already there. They said, go join that. We don't need that other stuff.
So you don't need it when you got alpha.
Yeah, whatever. But
first and
that was being pumped into us. Our history as Black people, our history as a fraternity that was built on friendship, not on, you know, academics or whatever. So if you don't share that experience, why does something like that appeal to you? You know.